Hello everybody. This is the first image that I'd like to use, which is going to be a black screen with a pool of light emerging, showing us a young cellist and a young pianist playing the Beethoven. Camera moves gently towards them until we then, without seeing their features, move through to a vista of London from various angles, taking us through the well-known sights, which will eventually lead us down onto the riverbank and along until we get to the South Bank, which is a traditional home for buskers. This is such an important element because in the opening sequence we have Beth and Peter walking through, unknown to each other at the time, but showing both their appreciation of the wonderful music that's being played here. I mean, look at this old lady, she's extraordinary. And then you have a full-blown concert taking place in the middle of a square. Peter and Beth would absolutely love this. Music is the absolute core to this film, and it brings Beth and Peter, who are on two different paths, together and sets them on their new journey. And Beth, unfortunately, there's her bête noire. This is the Royal Academy of Music. This is where her troubles really started with her parents. But Downriver now, here's an idea for Peter's apartment block. This is a beautiful old building which has a lovely exterior, and that has it's got great access. It's easy to get to. That's the front door, obviously. I think Peter's apartment should be on the first floor and Colin's apartment above him. So you wave to him out the window there, off the balcony rather. There's a nice shot of the type of hallway, and this is an interior of the actual building. And there's room for the piano there, so they're nice sized rooms and good sized bedrooms. And that's the view from the gardens. That's takes us down to a little street that's possible, which could have Peter's shop in it, and Mary Contrary's. And sorry the image is not great, but that's the sort of warmth. Now there's the perfect place for Mrs. Helms and her boy, and of course that's why we need a set, because of the size of the pianos. And there is the studio that I was talking about. It's Twickenham. It's got two reasonable sized studios there, perfectly adequate for what we need. There they are. There's one on the left is the main stage, and a slightly smaller one on the right. This is an idea for Beth's apartment, and that's the back of their apartment with the gardens. This is an alternative, and in fact it's a house just a couple of yards from mine. For shooting days in London, this is my favourite underground station, and it's right next to a park, which is perfect for the scene with Peter talking to Helen, and for the scene with the boy with the football. It's nice and quiet and easy to use, and it's right next to a nice street, which is an alternative for Peter's apartment. Colin can be looking out the window. This is a good concert hall, which is again not far from there, and here we have the ubiquitous London pub. This park now is in Richmond, so this would tie in with Twickenham Studios if we were to shoot there, and it's got a very easy access to it. So now we have John Rhys Davies, and the type of costumes I think he's wearing. This is a good look, I think. Soft, natural look. It's good. This is also could be for Michael as well, and this certainly could be for Michael when they go off to the auction. This is another collection of stuff that we'd be looking for. This is Beth, who I think we should look super casual, very nice. She's quite tall, and I think this would suit her very nicely. And this would be for her concert. That kind of look. Now, Helen, elegance. Elegance, elegance, elegance. The lovely Helen. And I'm afraid this is madcap. This is possibly Mary Contrary and ideas for her. She's a great character. Look at that. I mean, maybe this next one is going just a little bit too far. But there we go. There's some images of possibilities for Grey Snakes. And as a final note, I'd just like to say, I'd like to use this image to then go through to young hands on both the cello and the piano, to then gently mix through to the old hands of Peter and Helen and take us into scene 1. And then we're away.